Hello, my name's Lola, and I'm going to be reacting to Storymode's Dracula Resurrections Expleened. I've never heard or played this, never seen it, heard about it, whatever. Let's see what it's about. Here we go.
Video Nord make happen. Welcome to Dracula Resurrection. By the way, I'm joined by the Queen.
Yes, that's me, dear.
When are you dying, by the way? Is it soon?
I'm too busy doing story mode to die.
The story begins in Borgo in 1897. There is a man and he is pulling a sleigh through the snow. Meanwhile, a group of villagers is hiding behind a bush in the snow and they are waiting for the sleigh to pass. They are going to ambush it. So he holds up his gun and he goes,
Whoa,
right?
dude.
With guns, right? Yes. They fire their guns. He shoots the man at front. Dracula is inside the box and he does not like this very much at all. The two men continue firing from the bush. The other two men, they flee from the scene. They run up to the box and one stabs his sword into it. He busts out like a Kinder Surprise gone wrong. Dracula slaps the man who stabbed him. By the way, his name was Quincy. No, Quincy, no. And then this guy shows up and slits Dracula's throat.
Dracula is dead.
High fives all around. Now we hear a monologue from the man who killed Dracula. His name is Jonathan Harker.
After weeks spent battling the monster, we have finally managed to destroy Dracula, but at a terrible price. Quincy lies dying at our feet. All we can do is be with him as he slips into oblivion.
Not Quincy.
Mina is saved, yes, but for how long? The vampire's blood runs in her veins. Though the marks on her neck have disappeared, who knows whether they will reappear or not one day. True, we all saw Dracula disappear, yet not one of us can say for certain whether we have actually defeated the fiend.
They can't say for certain if they've defeated him, but they've stabbed him, slit his throat, and he burnt up.
They call this enemy the sun.
How could he come back? But luckily, Jonathan's wife, Mina, is safe. The marks on her neck are gone, and who knows if they may ever reappear. It's London, 7 years later. We hear notes from Jonathan and Mina. The first one is from Mina to Jonathan. Dear Jonathan, Dracula's power is calling me to Transylvania. I can no longer control it, and I'm going. Don't follow me. I have to do this alone. Yours sincerely, Mina. Now, the second letter is to a friend, Seward.
Jonathan tells Seward to do some research into the possibility that Dracula has returned.
If so, we will have to recruit new allies and go back into battle. Beware, and be careful. I am leaving all post-haste to catch up with Mina.
Cut to the Borgo Pass Inn.
It's on TripAdvisor.
$44, that's pretty good. Wonderful surroundings, nice staff, historically challenging atmosphere. We arrive at the hotel. Jonathan heads inside. The patrons here look kinda suspicious. Two of them immediately leave. The innkeeper shows up. Oh my god, she's beautiful.
Welcome, stranger. Welcome to my humble inn.
Jonathan tells the innkeeper, I gotta go to that castle ASAP. You can't go tonight, it's too late. You should go tomorrow.
Tomorrow will be too late. I must go to the castle now.
Tonight is St. George's Eve. At the stroke of midnight, all the evil roaming the world will be master on earth. Stay here, don't go, for your mother's sake.
While you are beautiful and persuasive, I have a mission to do. Perhaps that old man over there shall help me. I'm an old man. I can help you. There's a bridge you can go on. I'll show you the way. I'll show you where the bridge is. Let's go, says Jonathan. So then Jonathan goes out by himself, and he's walking along, and he finds a sling. And what else, Your Majesty?
Jonathan gets to the bridge and he looks around. There's a man there.
Go away! And don't come back!
So we go to the cemetery instead. Fine, I didn't want to go to the bridge. I'll go to the place where the dead people are. What's that?
Mysterious blue light shining up from the ground. Ooh.
Well, it is a cemetery, so they start digging it up. They find a shiny bracelet. Ooh, treasure. We then find a cabin in the woods.
Get away from this cabin! Otherwise you'll have to answer to me!
Oh, okay, says Jonathan. So we climb up a tree and get out our slingshot and sling a rock into the backyard. This distracts the man in the house and we break into the cabin quietly.
The man comes back and Jonathan knocks him out.
Like, man, you sure you
It's surprisingly simple to kill a person.
Wow, he's definitely dead. He never emerged. That man is dead. Then he steals his hunting knife and also a flute that I found in a bucket. Oi, oi, got a flute.
Wow,
got my
you
knife.
just-
Back to the inn I go.
Killed and robbed somebody.
The old man from before sees the bracelet and he is very upset. Oh my god, you've got no idea what you've done. You shouldn't have touched that thing. The powers that you're dealing with, you couldn't possibly comprehend. Why, what is it? Dracula! Wait, does Dracula have something to do with Dracula? The old man says, yeah, it means son of the dragon. The dragon is a very evil creature in Transylvania, less so in other places. It is the guard to the gates of hell. Anyway, off we go to talk to the innkeeper. I don't like this bracelet either, she says. You should leave buried things in the cemetery buried, but there's probably buried treasure all over the place.
You don't understand. The buried treasure is cursed. Get that bracelet away from me.
So we go back and show our flute to the old man. Look at this I stole. Oh my god, it's cursed as well. Everything in Transylvania is cursed. By the way, see those men who came in? Well, turns out if you played this little ditty,
Feeling a strong 9 to a 10.
you can communicate with them across long distances, but don't do it. A terrible fate will befall you. So then Jonathan goes, So he makes his way to his room. There is a small hole in the roof that we can climb into.
Really?
And once up there,
You
we see there's a
mother-
telescope. Jonathan looks through the telescope for treasures to steal. Then he gets bored of that and he scopes out the man who's blocking the bridge. We play the tune just like the old man taught us, and the guard goes running towards the sound. He's now standing underneath us. Time to die, says Jonathan, as he cuts a rope to a hanging brazier. It falls on his head, crushing his skull immediately. The innkeeper bursts into Jonathan's room.
Did you see that? The sign fell down and knocked the auger out. Fiorel is going to be furious. I have to hurry downstairs and lock the doors. May the good Lord protect us.
Oh, okay. Now, we go down the side of the building and we take the guard's keys. Hell yeah, rock and roll.
With the guard freshly killed, you can now cross the bridge, Jonathan.
Oh, and what a lovely bridge it is too. So safe. Let me stamp my feet. It's giving way. We have to run back and make it just in time.
It's animation.
Well, that's no good, says Jonathan. Let's go back to the inn. But before we go to the inn, ad time. Wow. Mina sure is having a great time browsing the web using public Wi-Fi. Oh no! Look how Jonathan unironically want you to sign up. Add over, back to game. So, we march up to the innkeeper lady, and she says,
Viral is furious.
Your Majesty, who the fuck is Virol?
He's that sketchy-looking guy from the beginning, remember?
Virol is convinced that the innkeeper is helping Jonathan. Jonathan says, listen, I got us in this mess, and you gotta get me out of it. I'm gonna confront Virol. No, you can't do it, she says. These people have made a pact with the devil, though there may be another way out.
A few days before he died, my late husband told me about a passage through the cellar.
There may be some clues in this old notebook, but I wouldn't know. I'm just a sweet southern belle all of a sudden. Okay, thanks, says Jonathan, and he takes the notebook. Dear diary, me innkeeper wife. She keeps changing accents. She's not consistent at all. Also, the door to hell is down there in the cellar, so I've decided to block off this package. And then I buried the bracelet, and I hope that that passage remains blocked forever, even longer than that. 5 ever. Jonathan says, let's go in.
But I beg of you, be careful. Whatever is down there, that is what killed my husband.
Oh, I feel sorry for this lady. She's actually really nice. So he goes into the cellar / gateway to hell, and there he finds a barrel. That's a big barrel.
At the end of the barrel is a spot for the dragon bracelet. Jonathan puts the dragon bracelet into the barrel, and the barrel opens up like a door, and it reveals a long passage.
Let's head in, says Jonathan. He goes down to the end till there's a door, and in the door is another spot for his dragon bracelet. I'll put this in here. It's just like in Skyrim. The door unlocks, and it opens to a forest. There, he finds an old abandoned cabin. Now that Jonathan has the key, he can unlock the door and head inside. And he finds a secret elevator, which are very rare because it's 1904. Jonathan hops into the elevator, and I'm sure it will be fine. But as it's lowering, a man cuts the rope.
Oh no!
And you should
It's
be
fine
dead.
because he jumps right before it crashes. And he walks out unscathed.
I don't have a scratch on me because I'm Jonathan.
We are now in what looks like an old mine. He finds a wall of stones. That's no good. I don't even have a wooden pickaxe.
He has to break him with his hand. It takes so long.
But behind the stones is a skeleton. But thank God, it's dead. So behind the skeleton is a candle.
If I light a candle, they'll stop spawning.
Wrong. Once the candle is lit, he can see everything in the room. Even more skeletons. Jonathan takes the skeleton's arm, and he uses it as a back scratcher, and also to reach a bar on the other side. And then he carries on to another bridge, but you can't just walk over it, Jonathan. You have to raise the bridge first.
There's a chain connected to the bottom of the bridge. So using that chain and the bar, Jonathan slides down. He reaches the bottom, and then he climbs up the bridge like a ladder.
Jonathan then continues on, and then he rides in a minecart. Uh-oh, creeper, oh no! He jumps off just before the minecart crashes. Time to explore this tunnel. He's looking around, and then he finds a pulley system, and he notices that it has a spot for a bracelet. He inserts his bracelet, and it raises the bridge.
It's lucky he dug that out of the ground.
Yeah. His whole life is determined by finders keepers. So he crosses the bridge, and once across the bridge, it looks like there's a boat attached to a zip line. He hops in and he rides the zip line. Suddenly, some of the men from the inn spot him. What is happening?
He's unconscious in a frozen lake. How is he alive?
The other guy got his head caved in. We can also see thick, dark clouds rolling in behind them. Ooh, these clouds are Dracula.
I'm back, baby.
Oh my gosh.
What a reveal.
Have you ever seen Ghostbusters 2?
No, I haven't. What
The
happens?
villain is this guy called Vigo. He looks exactly like this Dracula.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie The Druids? It's just anyone with a kind of oblong-shaped head. Dracula says, Jonathan is on his way to the castle. Does he have the dragon bracelet? Ooh.
Yes.
Dracula is pleased by this. And then he says,
The fool. He is walking to his death, and he is not aware of it.
Jonathan is now at the castle. He's exploring around and having a whale of a time. But then he finds a lock for a dragon bracelet. It opens a dungeon door. Aha! He heads in. But there's someone there! A lady! Named Dorco! Her name is Dorco!
What are you doing here?
And you, what are you doing here?
My name is Jonathan Harker. Count Dracula has kidnapped my wife and...
Dracula, the traitor. He is the blackguard who sentenced me to live here like an outcast.
Are you saying that Dracula banished you here? You're cursed and you can't possibly leave? Why don't I help you? And then you'll help me get my wife back.
Jonathan, you must find an amulet. It's kept in the crypt under the castle. But to find the passage to the crypt, you must first find the key to the passage. The key is known as the Medal of the Dragon Brotherhood, and it belongs to Dracula's father. That is the only way I know to find your wife.
Okay. Jonathan goes off to find the medal. Now, along the way, Jonathan finds a letter, and it's addressed to him from Dracula. It says, Dear Jonathan, if you're reading this, you've made it much further than I expected. Well done, golf clap, sarcasm. It doesn't matter anyway, though, because I have plans for you, Jonathan. Your wife, Mina, is here, and she thinks I'm cute. You'll never see her again. She's my wife now. Lamau, yours sincerely, Dracula, XOXO. Jonathan throws down the letter with disgust. Puzzle time. Jonathan finds the medal, and then he goes down to Dorco with the medal. She says that the medal is from the Dragon Brotherhood. Yeah, we already knew. But it has supernatural powers. Yeah, we knew that. But for the powers to work, Dorco requires some of Jonathan's blood. Don't take my blood, Dorco, please. But she does. And then it activates the power within the medal. Now Jonathan has to put that medal in the right spot. Once he does this, the castle is going to be revealed of all its secret rooms. Then he solves some other puzzles, a few of them even, until a light hits the medal in just the right way and it gets him in the eyes. Oh, so bright. A door opens though, and Jonathan is pleased. So he heads in, and then, oh God, it's another note. I don't know why I'm writing these notes and just kind of leave them around. I really should have found a better way to kill you sooner. Anyway, I made a flying machine. You don't understand. It's a hobby. I stored it in the tower, right? Don't look there. Yours sincerely, Dracula XOXO. That's probably useful for something. I'm gonna go solve some more puzzles. So he does. Then he finds the amulet. Now, when he touches this amulet, suddenly a candle lights up around him. What? 3 women rise from the ground behind him. Oh no, he's not good with women. These are Dracula's brides, and they are not happy about him taking the amulet. Haha, you cannot touch me with your womanly appendages, for I am protected by the power of the dragon bracelet. Don't you have one of those in real life, Liz? You got one of everything. You got the Holy Grail? Yeah. You got one of those. Jonathan then pulls a lever which opens a skylight. Oh, don't do that, says the 3 brides. They run away. They flip, and the other one just walks. Yeah, anyway, I'm getting out of here. Jonathan returns to Dorco. Dorco says, I'm free now, because you moved the amulet. There's a lot of rules. We're kind of making them up on the fly, to be honest. Anyway, I also want the amulet. You can't have it until I have Mina.
Give me the amulet, and I'll show you where Mina is. You can trust me. I'm a woman of my word.
That's good enough for me, says Jonathan, and he gives her the amulet. She then pulls the sheet off the table next to her, and ta-da! Magic trick. I saw that sheet over a table before, and I thought about asking, is my wife under that? Dorco then says,
I'll regain my power, Jonathan, and I'm actually evil. And I want to prove myself to Dracula. You see, I really want to be by his side.
But when Dracula comes back, I will have to prove to him that I can reign by his side, as I did with his father.
What? So this is a literal, like, what are you doing, stepmom situation. Anyway, I'm gonna prove myself to Dracula by delivering you to him. She then leaves Jonathan and Mia in the cell.
You know what, dude? I'm out of here.
Oh, God. What do I do now? Mia turns to him and says, you gotta do what you do best, Jonathan. You gotta solve some puzzles. So he goes on the biggest puzzle-solving spree of his life. He does a thing, he turns the key, an amulet, it's something, and he opens a huge window, and on the other side is a staircase. He then carries Mina up the stairs. There it is, the flight machine that Dracula made. As a hobby, they jump on the flying machine.
Is she secure there? Aren't you worried about her falling?
Suddenly,
Apparently not.
The window starts shutting again. Dracula's brides have returned. Jonathan says, oh, he just decides to leave anyway.
But one of the brides reaches out and grabs him.
No! Then Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast moment, because he's using the steering wing at the back to knock over the lady. This is so ridiculous. Will he make it? Video ends. You'll never know. No, he makes it.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that to you. He makes it. He goes flying off the top of the castle and straight off into the sunset. Jonathan then monologues as they're flying away.
Don't know how Mina will be marked by this adventure. But all I know is that as long as the Count is alive, Mina will be in danger. I can't avoid the confrontation any longer. Once I'm in London, I will have to confront Dracula. For Mina, and for all the men on this earth. This time, and with the help of God, we will definitively destroy the monster. I swear it.
Questions. Why is Dracula going to London?
He likes the city life. He's a bit sick of
And how did he
Transylvania.
come
There's not a lot
back?
going on. It's just snow. There's like one lady's inn.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of people to terrorize. What did you think of Jonathan?
He kind of sucks. I liked Barina. She was nice. This is what happens, after midnight when he's staying at the inn.
What's that from? That wasn't in the game.
And
Actually, that's scarier than anything in this game.
Right, so imagine you're staying in this inn. It's pretty foreign. You don't know what's going on. You're in your bed, drifting off to sleep, and then all of a sudden, you hear, shh, and you open your eyes too.
You killed my husband.
Why did he pick a fight with Dracula in the first place?
It's supposed to be a sequel to the book, right? The book ends in a similar way, except I don't believe originally Dracula gets killed by the sun. The sun weakens him, it doesn't, kill him, though. Nosferatu popularized that aspect of vampires. The game's called Dracula Resurrection, but we never actually see the resurrection.
How on earth did Dracula come back? How did the thugs keep coming back?
The same way Dracula does.
What happened to Quincy? Did they bury him?
You will have to find out in Quincy Resurrections.
Where was sewage? Remember how he was supposed to do some research for him? Okay, so this was made in 1999. Those are some good graphics for 23 years ago.
They're all pre-rendered.
Cheating. Anything else to say about this one? Well, I think we're going to do the sequel, because I want to see what happens to Jonathan. I think he's going to go to an abandoned carnival and ride the spooky carousel or the spooky roller coaster.
If Dracula's in London, maybe he'll go up Big Ben and he'll have to do a puzzle with the clock.
Yeah, that's good.
And I hope our favorite character comes back, the henchman.
Any last words, Your Majesty?
6 Draculas out of 7. Lots of blood-sucking action.
Well, I'm going to give it IGN 10 out of 10 because it was so progressive. I love the way they said it in Transylvania, Your Majesty. I thought that was very inclusive. End video. Remember Nord? Blah.
Wow, that was a really confusing, weird, and stupid video game. Jesus. It just looked terrible and ugly. Jesus Christ. Well, that's my reaction to Dracula Resurrections Expleened by Storymode. See you on the next one. Bye.